Hello everyone, and welcome back to my next smartwatch review. Tonight we have the model G300S Smartwatch. Now I picked this up off of Temu for about $20, and this claims to be a GPS watch with GPS built in. If that is true, this will be the most economical GPS watch I've ever reviewed. It's got that military rugged style to it. Let's see what comes out of the box. And if you haven't seen my reviews, then you don't know. I'm going to show you what comes out of the box. I'm going to go charge it up and then wear it for several days to several weeks, and then come back with my fair, full, and honest thoughts. So we have the watch itself. We have a charging cable that will be a magnetic charging cable that snaps onto the back thusly. And then this end will plug into a charging brick. And we have a user manual, and I like to open these up to see if they're legible. Yeah, not bad. And it looks like the app is going to be H-band here. Let me open this up a little bit more. App is H-band, even in another language. So yeah, that's what comes out of the box. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, and let's take a look at this guy, because, you know, I kind of like the military style rugged smartwatches, and I like the ones that come with camouflage bands. Call me crazy. I don't know why that is. I just do. Let me press and hold a button here to see if it comes to life. It does. So there is some battery life out of the box. App download here. That's a QR code. And there you have it, model G300S. And that's about as far as we're going to get. All right, without pairing it to the watch. But yeah, I'm going to go charge it up, wear it for several days, come back, give you my fair and honest thoughts. And I like the looks of it. All right, it's got this orange accent, and I like it. It works for me. I understand how that might not work for everybody. It's that rectangular look. It's kind of big on the wrist, and I'm going to compare it to the one I'm testing right now. It's actually a little bit bigger. It's thicker. I like a nice, manly, meaty watch. That might be politically incorrect to say these days, but I just do. That's me. So this is going to have a speaker right here, microphone. Now, here's the speaker. Here's the microphone. So this is going to be able to take and make Bluetooth calls when connected to your phone. Yeah. Before I yammer on anymore, I'm going to go charge it up and wear it for a week or two, and then come back with my final thoughts, which you will see in just a few seconds through the magic of editing. Okay, so let's take a tour around this watch. First of all, it has one button on the right, and what might look like a button down below is really the flashlight feature. So one button on the top right side, and then one button on the left side. I like how this button is orange, offset in that black metal case. That accent, that orange accent on both sides, just makes it pop a little bit, makes it stand out and look different. You've got the back of it that looks like a polymer material. It looks like a standard 22 millimeter band. To get it to turn on without the lift your wrist feature engaged, you press that top right button, and then we can go through the screens here. Let me turn that brightness all the way up, and then let me go into settings here and scroll to the screen on time, and I had it set to the minimum of 5 seconds. Let me set it up to the maximum here. And I believe on this watch that is 60 seconds. Yep. So that way it's not going to be turning off during this review. But let's start from the start. From the main screen, you have your time. You have your estimated distance walked, your kilocalorie burn estimate, your number of steps, your sleep, and your heart rate are along the bottom there. And this is just one watch face. There are plenty more on the watch and in the app that could be downloaded. Let's swipe from right to left. This is where you would get into the phone features. This does have tethered Bluetooth calling with a built-in speaker and microphone. I've tested that. It works just fine. So Oh, I accidentally making a call. Alrighty, let's go back. You can load in your contacts if you want. You can give it permissions to access your contacts. But it does make and take Bluetooth calls when tethered via Bluetooth to your phone and you're within Bluetooth distance, which is about 10 meters. Here's an activity progress bar, similar to the first watch face we saw, but it gives you your steps, your kilocalorie burn, and your estimated distance walked. And you can get into your workout records here on the bottom left, that little menu right there. Here's a little workout I did after work today. Here's a hike I did over the weekend. And we'll talk more about that. You can, on the bottom right, you can tap there and get into your exercise modes. It's got 100+ sports modes in here, which is kind of neat. If there's an outdoor activity, it will turn on GPS for like running and walking. I don't know. I don't know which other ones it turns on GPS, but it does have built-in GPS in the watch itself. All right, and that's GPS tracking. A lot of people get confused when they hear a GPS watch. These are not made for GPS navigation. It's made for the satellites to capture the location of the watch, and then you get statistics at the end about your activity. So you get, sort of your average heart rate and whatnot. And then when you sync it with the app, it will actually give you the map of the path that this watch took. So that's that. We keep scrolling. You get your sleep from the night before. You can swipe up and get detailed sleep analysis from deep sleep and light sleep and awake times. Here is your heart rate in beats per minute, and it knows it's not on my wrist, so it's not going to attempt to take this measurement. And then it does blood oxygen saturation. It's got both the green and the red diodes in here, and it uses that red one for SpO2 or blood oxygen saturation, so that's good. That's the favorable diode. So it's got some nice features, more than what you might expect from a $20 watch. It will pull in the weather from your phone when you sync it with the app. It gives you your current temperature, your high temperature, your low temperature for the day, and then you can scroll and see your hourly prediction, and then you can see the daily forecast for the next 2 days. Today is Thursday. It's giving me Friday and Saturday highs and lows and saying partly cloudy. There are those workout modes again. Here, there's some breath training here where this will coach you through breathing in and then breathing out. Just to practice that, and you can add various screens on here. The only one I don't have on right now is the music controller, but if I did that after the breath training, this would become a music controller for the music on my smartphone when tethered via Bluetooth. So you can control your music via the watch, but the music is on your phone. All right, and then you can subtract off any widgets that you don't want there. I have been putting heart rate and SpO2 on there, and let me take music back off because I don't use the camera trigger. All right, so let's go back to the main screen. If I were to press the top button on the left there, that is a shortcut to get me to those exercise modes. All right, if I swipe down, well, let me do that the right way. If I swipe down, here is what Americans call the flashlight mode, what I think everybody else in the world calls the torch, but that will turn on the flashlight, and you can turn that on and off thusly. And it's either on or off. There's no in between or no signaling or anything like that, but it's pretty good in a pinch to see in the dark. It's telling me I'm connected to my phone via Bluetooth here. You can put it on silent mode. It gives you some information here. Here you see the device name G300S, your brightness setting, and this is just the settings. There's your heart monitor. You can turn on the lift your wrist feature. You can turn on goal notifications, sedentary alerts. This is the turn on the lift your wrist feature. I always turn that off to save battery life. Reminder to drink water. Long view reminder, exercise reminder. This is medication reminder, a book reminder, and let's see, hand gesturing and travel reminders. So you got those notifications in there, incoming calls, various watch faces. Here are the ones loaded by default. Okay, there's the nice big display, or a shortcut to get back there is to just press and hold one in the center and then swipe around and get to the watch face you like. Obviously, I like that one. So that's kind of all there is to that. Let's see if I covered all the settings here. Oh, time and date. You can change your menu style, and you can set the time and date right on the watch independently from your app, and then you can turn on 12 or 24-hour clock modes. You can put a password on it. You can change the language, change the vibration intensity. There's the QR code to download the app, and you can turn it off, restart, do a factory reset, and then you're back to the device information. So from here, I think the only thing we haven't gone through is if we swipe from left to right. This is a shortcut to a lot of the common features here. With your weather on top, it's got a timer and stopwatch, calendar, calculator, find your phone. There's that torch again. And your recent apps, all right? So that's about it around the watch. It's got a 2.01-inch TFT screen. It's only 240p, so if you look closely, you see a little bit of graininess, but it's still clear enough to read. And I think at this budget price point, that's one place where they just had to cut some corners and put a slightly less sharp screen in it. But it's very functional. It's very readable and legible. This has a 460 milliamp hour battery in it. It's IP68 waterproof. It's got that Bluetooth calling. And yeah, somewhere in here I didn't show you, it's also got an altimeter in here and a compass. All right, those are the two features I missed. You can calibrate the compass. There's air pressure. So that's all pretty cool too. Let's go look at the app, and then I'll come back with my final thoughts. The app here is called H-Band, and it's the old familiar app I've reviewed probably dozens of times now, because a lot of smartwatches use this app, and this is actually one of my favorite apps. There you see the G300S Smartwatch. That's where it's telling you where it is. That's your battery life here. You can get shortcuts into heart rate and SpO2 measurements here. There's your SpO2, and click there, and that's your manual heart rate test. Here are your sports modes. This is your steps from the today, and you can scroll back through the previous days. Your sleep from the night before. Again, deep sleep, light sleep, and awake times. Last night was a bit of a challenge for me. Here is your heart rate over the course of the day and during exercise. So it gives you your minimum, your maximum, and your average. My heart rate sleeping here is back down to 52. That's good. It hasn't been that low in months, so I must be exercising and working out more. Heart rate details over the days, and let's see. You can turn on an alert for a high heart rate if you wish. This does not have the blood pressure in it, even though you see a tile for it here. So ignore that on this watch. Same with the ECG. These tiles were just enabled for some of the other smartwatches that I have paired with this app. But it does pull in blood oxygen saturation, or SpO2. And again, not HRV, not body temperature, not blood glucose, not blood components. That's why you don't see numbers there. Those pertain to other smartwatches. So this one gives you the basics: your steps, your sleep, your heart rate, your blood oxygen, and that's about it. So let's go back. Let's see. Let's go to the My icon here, and this is where you would turn on and off permissions and notifications and whatnot. Let's scroll back. Here's where you would set your step goal and your sleep goal. You can change your unit settings from kilometers to miles, and let's see, weight from pounds to kilograms if you so desire. App style. There's just a couple here. I like this style, so I stick with it. About Us, log out. You can get into your device here, manage your notifications, set some alarms, set those health reminders. You can set a high heart rate alert here. Health settings, dial settings. Here is where you can change the default dial face, and you can go into the gallery and pull in, download some different ones if you so wish. Here's where you can also adjust that screen on time rather than on the watch itself. I'm going to change that back to 5 seconds here. That's actually their recommended. It went to 6 seconds. Close enough. Raise to wake, find your watch, contacts, weather setting, and you can set some digital wallets here for like QQ, WeChat, and Alipay. If you like contactless payment, you can do that with this watch. Here's where you would update the GPS. All right. And that's about it. You can get into your workouts. You can control some of the workouts from the phone itself. You can view your records. Here's that workout I did after work today in the gym. Just a quick workout, but I did a hike over the weekend. This is telling me I did 6.76 miles on that hike, but I was using another tried and true GPS watch on the other wrist, and that one told me I did 5.5 miles. And based on the number of times I hiked this trail and the number of other times that GPS watch has been out with other well-known GPS watches that all get the same measurements, I believe this one is just not measuring accurately. It's giving me way more credit, more than a mile more than I actually hiked. So yes, it has GPS. No, it is not terribly accurate, but it does give you your time engaged in that activity. Estimated kilocalorie burn, average heart rate, average speed, average pace, number of steps, cumulative descent, cumulative climb, that's hiking up and downhill, average cadence, number of pauses, and pause length. All right, there's your heart rate over the course of that hike. There's the trace of your pace. There's the trace of your speed, step frequency, calorie burn. I did to make a couple stops to record some video along the way for another product I was reviewing. That's where you see those drop to near zero. And then it will track your altitude over the course of that hike as well. So I like the app. That's about it, I think. Let's go back and I'll give you my final thoughts. So I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, but this is IP68 waterproof. It's a rugged looking smartwatch. For $20, I think it's a pretty solid value for an introductory GPS watch. The two drawbacks are the quality or the sharpness of the screen. It's only 240p, and the accuracy of the GPS. But other than that, for $20 from Temu, I would say check it out. It's worth investigating if it's got the features you're looking for. Now, this channel is primarily about my kayaking adventures. And I started doing gear reviews, smartwatch reviews, and smartwatch fitness trackers, backpacks, day packs, hiking poles, anything that I do in my everyday outdoor active life, I'll review that gear and bring it to you. It all helps support my activities over at davethekayaker.com. I've got well over 100 smartwatch and fitness tracker reviews now on my YouTube playlist. Go check those out. I appreciate you. What little ad money I make from my YouTube videos, I invest in more gear to do more reviews, to bring that to you. So I invest it right back into the channel to bring you more stuff. So stay tuned. Coming up, I've got the W&O Little Star X15 Max smartwatch. That looks like one of those very top-end brand ones. This is going to be a clone. And then coming up after that, I'm going to zoom out just a tiny tad here on my fancy camera and show you that I will have the V75 smartwatch coming up. This is going to be another rugged outdoor smartwatch with a camouflage band. I can't wait to wear this one and bring it to you. I just am impressed by the size of that dial. So that one's coming up, and then before or after that, you'll see the KR92. This will be another rugged outdoor GPS smartwatch in the same style as the one I just reviewed here. But this one's going to be a little bit more rugged, I would say. I went really funky on the band style on this one. It's an orange and pink and teal camouflage band. Yeah, believe it or not, I got to pick it, and that's what I chose because I'm getting a little tired of just wearing watches with plain black bands on them. So yeah, the W&O Little Star X15 Max coming up, the V75, and then the KR92. So stay tuned, much more to come. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here more than you can imagine.